It is now 11 o'clock a.m., the deadline for bid submittal. Bid announcements are not final and binding upon the city. They are all subject to review for completeness, accuracy, and compliance with all the terms and conditions provided in the bid specifications. The bidder must bid all line items set forth on the proposal pages, except to the extent that the specification allows otherwise. In the event that a comparison of the bidder's unit price and total price submitted for any line item reveals a calculation error or other discrepancy, the unit price will prevail. The Chief Procurement Officer reserves the right to correct minor math errors and accept minor variances in a bid. This is an e-procurement bid opening. Only electronic bids are being read. Paper bids are not allowed. Today we have 6 bids, and the first one is specification 1262545, RFQ number 9859, wireless communication equipment, component parts, and fiber optic equipment. The first bidder is J.P. Simmons and Company. On line 1, Tesco catalog wireless communications equipment parts and accessories. The quote price is 0.73 or a 0.27 discount from list. On line 2, fiber instrument sales equipment parts and accessories catalog. The discount from list results in a 0.705 quote price. The second bidder is Root Brothers Manufacturing and Supply Company. On line 1, Tesco catalog wireless communications equipment parts and accessories. The quote price is 0.76 on the discount from list. Line 2, fiber instrument sales equipment parts and accessories catalog. The quote price is 0.72 discount from list. That concludes the bidders for spec number 1262545. The next 5 bids are for AIS 2023 job order contracts for general construction. The procurement specialist is Nancy Pessoff. There are various specs and RFQ numbers. This is for zones 1 through 5. The first one is spec number 1283182, RFQ number 9861 for Northwest Area Zone 1. There are 15 bidders for this specification. The first bidder is AGAE Contractors, Inc. With a quote, with a total base bid of $185,692,500.00, repeating $185,692,500.00. With an award criteria figure of $59,174,010.00. Repeating, $59,174,010.00. The second bidder is Anchor Mechanical, Inc., with a base bid of $163,800,000.00. Repeating, $163,800,000.00. And an award criteria figure of $154,299,600.00. Repeating, $154,299,600.00. The next bidder is Argo Construction, LLC. With a base bid of $12,656,739,375,000,000.00. Repeating, $12,656,739,000,000.00. billion 375 million and 0 cents. With an award criteria of $56,252,175.00. Repeating, $56,252,175.00. The next bidder is Bear Construction. With a total base bid of 11,327,302,500,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, 11,327,302,500,000 and 0 cents. The award criteria figure is $50,342,316.90. Repeating, $50,342,316.90. The next bidder is Construction, Inc., with a total base bid of 36,606,937,493,250,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, 36,606,937,493,250,000 and 0 cents. The award criteria figure is $162,697,499.97. Repeating, $162,697,499.97. The next bidder is F.H. Passion, S.N. Nielsen and Associates, LLC. With a total base bid of $34,584,137,593,750,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, $34,484,137,593,750,000 and 0 cents. The award criteria figure is $153,000,000 $153,833.75. Repeating, $153,262,833.75. The next bidder is Granite Construction Company. With a total base bid of $46,566,292,500,000,000 Repeating, 46,566,292,500,000,000. The award criteria figure is $206,961,300.00. Repeating, $206,961,300.00. The next bidder is Griggs, Mitchell, and Alma of Illinois, LLC, DBA GMA Construction Group, with a total base bid of $225 million. Repeating, a total base bid of $225 million exactly. And an award criteria figure of $201,089,259. I'm sorry, scratch that. $201,089,250.00. Repeating, $201,089,250.00. The next bidder is K.R. Miller Contractors, Inc., with a total base bid of $14,484,912,750,000,000. Repeating, $14,484,912,750,000,000. With an award criteria figure of $64,377,390.00. Repeating, $64,377,390.00. The next bidder is Leopardo Companies, Inc., with a total base bid of $30,948,100,200,000,000. Repeating, $30,948,100,200,000,000. The award criteria figure is $137,547,000 $137,112.50. Repeating, $137,547,112.50. The next bidder is Paul Borg Construction, Inc. With a total base bid of $34,882,812,000.0. Repeating, $34,882 $882,000,000.0. With an award criteria figure of $155,034,720.0. Repeating, $155,034,720.0. The next bidder is Pacific Construction Services, LLC. With a total base bid of $225,000,000.0. Repeating, $225,000,000.0. And an award criteria figure of $172,596,240.0. Repeating, $172,596,240.0. The next bidder is Robe, Inc. With a total base bid of $172,215,810.0. Repeating, $172,215,810.0. With an award criteria figure of $172,215,810.0. Repeating, $172,215,810.0. The final bidder is Tiles in Style, LLC, DBA Taza Supplies. Repeating, with a total base bid of $540 million. Repeating, $540 million.0. With an award criteria figure of $16,496,400.0. Repeating, $16,496,400.0. That concludes the bidders for specification 1283182, Zone 1, Northwest. We got a lot more. Don't turn it off yet. The next spec is specification number 1283187, RFQ number 9862, job order contracts for general construction, Northeast Area Zone 2. There are 14 bidders for this specification. The first bidder is AGAE Contractors, Inc. with a total base bid of $192,500.00. Repeating, $181,192,500.00. The award criteria figure is $57,740,010.00. Repeating, $57,740,010.00. The second bidder is Anchor Mechanical, Inc. with a total base bid of $163,800,000.00. Repeating, $163,800,000.00. With an award criteria figure of $154,299,600.00. Repeating, $154,299,600.00. The next bidder is Argo Construction, LLC. with a total base bid of $12,656,739,375,000,000.00. Repeating, $12,656,739,375,000,000.00. With a award criteria figure of $56,252,175.00. Repeating, $56,252,175.00. The next bidder is Construction, Inc. with a total base bid of $36,606,937,493,250,000.00. Repeating, $36,606,937,493,250,000.00. With an award criteria of $162,690,000 $162,499.97. Repeating, $162,697,499.97. The next bidder is FH Passion SN Nielsen and Associates, LLC. With a total base bid of 33 quadrillion, 767 trillion, 211 billion, 656 million, $250,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, 33 quadrillion, 767 trillion, 211 billion, 656 million, $250,000 and 0 cents. With an award criteria figure of $150,076,496.25. Repeating, $150,076,496.25. The next bidder is Granite Construction Company. With a total base bid of 46 quadrillion, 566 trillion, 292 billion, $500 million and 0 cents. Repeating, 46 quadrillion, 566 trillion, 292 billion, $500 million and 0 cents. With an award criteria figure of $206,961,300 and 0 cents. Repeating, $206,961,300 and 0 cents. The next bidder is Griggs, Michael, and Alma of Illinois, LLC, DBAGMA Construction Group. With a total base bid of $225 million exactly. Repeating, a total base bid of $225 million exactly. With an award criteria figure of $201,089,250 and 0 cents. Repeating, $89,250 and 0 cents. The next bidder is Leopardo Companies, Inc. With a total base bid of 30 quadrillion, 948 trillion, 100 billion, 312 million, $500,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, 30 quadrillion, 948 trillion, 100 billion, 312 million, $500,000 and 0 cents. With an award criteria figure of $137,547,112.50. Repeating, $137,547,112.50. The next bidder is Paul Board Construction Company, Inc. with a total base bid of $33,904,332,000,000. Repeating, $33,904,332,000,000. With an award criteria figure of $150,685,920.00. Repeating, $150,685,920.00. The next bidder is Pacific Construction Services, LLC. with a total base bid of $225 million exactly. Repeating, $225 million exactly. With an award criteria figure of $172,596,240.00. Repeating, $172,596,240.00. The next bidder is Robe, Inc. with a total base bid of $172,215,810.00. Repeating, $172,215,810.00. And an award criteria figure of $172,215,810.00. Repeating, $172,215,810.00. The final bidder for this spec is Tiles in Style, LLC, DBA Taza Supplies. with a total base bid of $540 million exactly. Repeating, $540 million exactly. With an award criteria figure of $16,496,400. Repeating, $16,496,400. This concludes the bidders for Zone 2 Northeast. The next spec is 1283191, RFQ number 9863, Southwest Area, Zone 3. The first bidder is AGAE Contractors, Inc. with a total base bid of $176,692,500.00. Repeating, $176,692,500.00. The award criteria figure is $56,306,010.00. Repeating, $56,306,010.00. The next bidder is Anchor Mechanical, Inc. with a total base bid of $163,800,000 exactly. Repeating, $163,800,000 exactly. And an award criteria figure of $154,299,600.00. Repeating, $154,299,600.00. The next bidder is Argo Construction, LLC, with a total base bid of $12,936,736,500,000,000. Repeating, $12,938,737,500,000,000. With an award criteria figure of $57,500,500.00. Repeating, $57,505,500.00. The next bidder is Bear Construction. With a total base bid of $11,974,076,302,500,000.00. Repeating, $11,947,076,500,000,00. The award criteria figure is $218,116.90. Repeating, $53,218,116.90. The next bidder is Construction, Inc. with a total base bid of $36,693,937,493,250,000.00. Repeating, 36 quadrillion, 606 trillion, 937 billion, 493 million, $250,000 and 0 cents. And an award criteria figure of $162,697,499.97. Repeating, $162,697,499.97. The next bidder is F.H. Passion, S.N. Nielsen and Associates, LLC. With a total base bid of 39,783,562,500,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, 33,562,500,000 and 0 cents. With an award criteria figure of $146,843,482.50. Repeating, $146,843,482.50. The next bidder is Granite Construction Company. With a total base bid of 46,562,292,500,000,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, 46,566,292,500,000,000 and 0 cents. With an award criteria figure of $206,961,300 and 0 cents. Repeating, $206,961,300 and 0 cents. The next bidder is Griggs, Mitchell, and Alma of Illinois, LLC, DBA GMA Construction Group. With a total base bid of $225 million exactly. Repeating, $225 million exactly. And an award criteria figure of $201,089,250 and 0 cents. Repeating, $201,089,250 and 0 cents. The next bidder is Leopardo Companies, Inc. With a total base bid of $30,948,100,312,500,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, $30,948,100,312,500,000 and 0 cents. And an award criteria figure of $137,547,112.50. Repeating, $137,547,112.50. The next bidder is Paul Board Construction Company, Inc., with a total base bid of 33,415,092,000,000 Repeating, 33,415,092,000,000 with an award criteria figure of $148,512,520.00. Repeating, $148,511,520.00. The next bidder is Pacific Construction Services, LLC. With a total base bid of $225 million exactly. Repeating, $225 million exactly. And a award criteria figure of $167,046,660.00. Repeating, $167,046,660.00. The next bidder is Robe, Inc., with a total base bid of $172,215,810.00. Repeating, $172,215,810.00. And an award criteria figure of $172,215,810.00. Repeating, $172,215,810.00. The final bidder is Tiles and Style, LLC, DBA Taza Supplies. With a total base bid of $540 million exactly. Repeating, $540 million exactly. And an award criteria of $16,496,400. Repeating, $16,496,400.00. That concludes the bidders for Zone 3. The next specification is spec number 1283192, RFQ number 9864, Southeast Area, Zone 4. The first bidder is AGAE Contractors, Inc. with a total base bid of $172,192,500.00. Repeating, $172,192,500.00. The award criteria figure is $54,812,010.00. Repeating, $54,842,010.00. The second bidder is Anchor Mechanical, Inc. with a total base bid of $163,800,000.00. Repeating, $163,800,000.00. And an award criteria figure of $154,299,600.00. Repeating, $154,299,600.00. The next bidder is Argo Construction, LLC. with a total base bid of $14,149,670,625,000,000.00. Repeating, $14,149,670,625,000,000.00. The award criteria figure is $62,887,425.00. Repeating, $62,887,425.00. The next bidder is Construction, Inc. with a total base bid of $36,606,937,493,250,000.00. Repeating, $36,606,937,493,250,000.00. with an award criteria figure of $162,697,499.97. Repeating, $162,697,499.97. The next bidder is F.H. Passion, S.N. Nielsen and Associates, LLC. with a total base bid of $32,884,186,500,000.00. Repeating, $32,884,186,062,500,000.00. The award criteria figure is $142,596,382.50. Repeating, $142,596,382.50. The next bidder is Granite Construction Company, with a total base bid of 46,566,292,500,000,000 Repeating, 566,292,500,000,000 with an award criteria figure of $206,961,300.00. Repeating, $206,961,300.00. The next bidder is Griggs, Mitchell, and Alma of Illinois, LLC, DBA GMA Construction Group, with a total base bid of $225 million exactly. Repeating, $225 million exactly. With an award criteria figure of $201,089,250.00. Repeating, $201,089,250.00. The next bidder is Paul Board Construction Company, Inc., with a total base bid of $32,925,852,000,000,000. Repeating, $32,925,852,000,000,000. And an award criteria figure of $146,337,120.00. Repeating, $146,337,120.00. The next bidder is Pacific Construction Services, LLC, with a total base bid of $225 million exactly. Repeating, $225 million exactly. And an award criteria figure of $160,421,580.00. Repeating, $160,421,580.00. The next bidder is Robe, Inc., with a total base bid of $172,215,810.00. Repeating, $172,215,810.00. The award criteria figure is $172,215,810.00. Repeating, $172,215,810.00. The last bidder is Tiles in Style, LLC, DBA Taza Supplies, with a total base bid of $540 million exactly, repeating $540 million exactly. And an award criteria figure of $16,496,400, repeating $16,496,400 and 0 cents. That concludes the bidders for Zone 4. The final specification for today is 1283195, RFQ number 9865, Loop Area Zone 5. The first bidder is AGAE Contractors, Inc. with a total base bid of $219,090,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, $219,090,000. And an award criteria figure of $69,232,440 and 0 cents. Repeating, $69,232,440 and 0 cents. The next bidder is Anchor Mechanical, Inc. with a total base bid of $239,400,000 exactly. Repeating, $239,400,000 exactly. And an award criteria figure of $225,514,800 and 0 cents. Repeating, $225,514,800 and 0 cents. The next bidder is Argo Construction, LLC. with a total base bid of 29,822,600,000,000,000 exactly. Repeating, 21,822,600,000,000,000 exactly. With an award criteria of $72,742,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, $72,742,000 and 0 cents. The next bidder is Construction, Inc. with a total base bid of $64,172,699,991,000,000 and 0 cents. Repeating, $64,172,699,991,000,000 $172,699,991,000,000. With an award criteria figure of $213,908,999.97. Repeating, $213,908,999.97. The next bidder is F.H. Passion, S.N. Nielsen and Associates, LLC. With a total base bid of $56,923,881,300,000,000. Repeating, $56,923,881,300,000,000. With an award criteria of $189,746,271.00. Repeating, $189,746,271.00. The next bidder is Granite Construction Company. With a total base bid of $82,784,520,000,000 exactly. Repeating, $82,784,520,000,000 exactly. With an award criteria figure of $279,948,400.00. Repeating, $275,948,400.00. The next bidder is Griggs, Mitchell, and Alma of Illinois, LLC, DBA GMA Construction Group. With a total base bid of $300 million exactly. Repeating, $300 million exactly. And an award criteria figure of $268,119,000.00. Repeating, $268,119,000.00. The next bidder is Paul Board Construction Company, Inc., with a total base bid of $54,773,640,000,000,000 exactly. Repeating, $54,773,640,000,000 exactly. And an award criteria figure of $182,578,800.00. Repeating, $182,578,800.00. The next bidder is Pacific Construction Services, LLC. With a total base bid of $300 million exactly. Repeating, $300 million exactly. And an award criteria figure of $202,165,320.00. Repeating, $202,165,320.00. The next bidder is Robe Inc. with a total base bid of $229,621,080.00. Repeating, $229,621,080.00. With an award criteria figure of $229,621,080.00. Repeating, $229,621,080.00. Our final bidder is Tiles in Style, LLC, DBA Taza Supplies. With a total base bid of $720 million exactly. Repeating, $720 million exactly. And an award criteria figure of $16,496,400.00. Repeating, $16,496,400.00. This concludes the bidders for Zone 5 Loop. This also concludes the bid reading for today. Thank you. Have a great day and a great weekend. Bye-bye.